Hello, my name is Nishant. I'm a peak mental performance expert and a Guinness World Record Holder in memory. And I welcome you to this training program. I'm sure you've seen or heard or read about people who have achieved breakthrough results in their life. They are truly world-class in their field. Now, these not only includes people who are famous or for celebrities in the field of business, arts, or sports, but they could be among your group of friends or in your own circle of contacts. Now, here's a quick question for you. Think of someone in your circle who you admire as a person who is really successful than what you are right now. Now, how do you define success? What are the parameters for defining success? I'll leave that to you, but just think of someone who you really admire for his or her success in your field. Now, what if I told you that you have the potential to be as successful as that person or even more successful? Well, here's my goal for you. In this training program, I want to give you ideas with the help of which you can have a success mindset so you can achieve any goal you have in your life. You can have the drive, you can have the momentum to follow through and achieve your biggest, boldest goals in your life. Because if you set goals and achieve goals, you will stand out from everyone else. You will make more money, you will impact more people, you will have more time, freedom, and happiness in your life. I want you to be a person who is proactive, who will shine, and who will reap the benefits of having a success mindset irrespective of what's happening in our world. And it is possible, and I'll show you how. And here's the secret. I call it the output principle. Before I talk about the output principle, can you relate to some or more of these problems? Number one, lack of momentum. See, you set goals at the beginning of the year, you're really excited, you want to change your life, you want to get rid of old habits, you want to instill new habits, and the first couple of days or first couple of weeks, it all goes great and you're having the drive, you're having the momentum, you're getting things done, but then it all stops. You lose the momentum and you go back to your old habits and you go back to your old patterns. Problem number two, lack of focus. You know exactly what to do. You create a great timetable. You schedule your calendar with all the tasks. You know exactly when to do and what to do. But the only problem is when you sit down and start your work, very soon you give in to distractions and interruptions. Now, eventually you will still do the work that is required of you. But the thing is, number one, it took way longer than what you intended to be. And number two, you know deep down that you could have produced much better quality of work than what you just did. Number three, lack of required action. Now, many times people know exactly what is it that they need to do, but the problem is they don't actually do the thing, because many people underestimate the amount of time, amount of work, and amount of action it requires to achieve a goal. And that's the reason why they get started, they lose the momentum, and then they stop doing things, they procrastinate, and at the end they're not putting in the amount of action that is required for their goals. Number four, lack of productivity. You know, many people start their day with a to-do list. What are the things that they need to do? But the thing is, I know some people, by the end of the day, they've checked off 90% of their to-do list, but they still feel that lack of fulfillment. They still feel somehow they're unproductive. Why? Because those 90% of the tasks that they filled out, that they checked out, they are low value tasks. That's a classic case of too much of action and too little productivity. So here's the thing. Action is not equal to productivity. And problem number five is lack of strategy. Now, how many times have seen people who start the day with good intention, who start the day feeling that, today I need to do productive work, but what happens? They end up fighting fires all day long. They are getting into the habit of doing unimportant and urgent tasks than working on the really important and meaningful work. So here's the thing. You need to have both a short-term strategy and a long-term strategy. So long-term strategy would be, what are my goals for this year? What do I want to really accomplish? And how do I do it? And when do I do it? That's for the long term. For the short term, you need to just figure out what's my plan for the day and what's my plan for the next 1 hour. Now that reminds me of a beautiful saying by Jim Rohn. He said, either you run the day or the day runs you. Are you running the day or is the day running you? If the day is running you, you're fighting fires all the time. But if you run the day, then you end up every day doing productive work, meaningful work, and fulfilling work, knowing fully well that today you have done the necessary things that will actually help you to move forward towards your big goals in your life. Those are some really big problems: lack of momentum, lack of focus, lack of required action, lack of productivity, and lack of a strategy. And even I had these problems, but I got out of it after too much of struggle.